Terry.
Hi. Regarding the core focused areas, if you've got a project and it covers everything, I mean, education, the disadvantaged individuals, the environment, are we limited to select just one of the three, or do you say that your project covers all?
I would suggest that you
Pick one.
hone in on one particular one. And that's a good point. Let me make this clear. It says it in here, but again, going back to we are looking for the very best solutions, and we may not award all $200,000. We may not award a grant in one of these areas, again, if it is not what we feel is the best solution to a pressing community need within these areas. If the case has not been made for that, then we will not award. So it says in here, areas may not be funded equally. There's $200,000 in 3 focus areas. That doesn't mean we're going to do equal amounts in each of those focus areas. Okay? Yes?
Will this cover the arts in any way, like because of life enrichment, you come in under that?
I could make a case for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could too.
Okay.
I'm somebody wouldn't get immediately shoved aside.
It depends on the case. Yeah, absolutely. Anything else? Excellent. Then we'll move on to Quail Valley Charities Cup Nonprofit Collaboration Fund. That's your second RFP. Nothing has changed in this since we introduced this in 2013. This is the same RFP. We're pleased with the response that we received from a couple of the organizations. We did not make any grant awards because we did not receive any applications. What we found out, and this was a great learning opportunity for the Community Foundation, is a reminder that this collaboration work takes a long time. And therefore, you'll see at the end of the RFP, we have not put a deadline for accepting applications, because these are long-term conversations that not only the organizations need to be having, but they need to be having with the Community Foundation on behalf of Quail Valley. And so it didn't make sense for us to say you had to have grant applications in on April the 7th or November the 10th, because you might just not be ready to do it at that point. And we didn't want to close you out that you had to have it here or you're out. So this is a little different in that I encourage you to have conversations with me. Let me know that you're thinking about this. Who are the organizations that you're working with? What is that time horizon? What are the ideas? How else can I help you with those ideas? And then when the application is ready to be submitted, that's when we will accept it.
Sure.
Yes, John?
Did you initiate anything like that with any other organizations at all? I mean, I know you're proactive in doing that. If you see, I mean, some of these grant applications you're seeing annually, you're seeing a lot of programs. Is there anything that's popping in your head and going, wow, this one and this one could actually be this one? And maybe
Probably
Fair
so,
enough.
you know, and it happens more when we get the nonprofits together over a coffee and conversation, you know, and we talk about what needs they're seeing and what needs other organizations see. That's when it really happens. It's hard for a funder to go to an organization and say, you know what, I really think you need to collaborate with them. It just doesn't feel good. I think it's better if it organically happens because of conversations, and we can facilitate those conversations. That's a key role for the Community Foundation.
like if I came to you and was like, well, I want to do this program, and I think that
Right.
so-and-so might be able to get involved.
Let me help you bring the two of you all together. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes?
Does collaboration with schools or school district, is that covered by this rather than multiple 501c3s?
The lead organization has to be a 501c3 public charity, but if you're collaborating with public or other private partners, absolutely, that qualifies.
Thank you.
Mhm. Let me still just go through this with you. I think one of the first steps that you all, as leaders with your organization, when looking at this grant RFP, is to look at your strategic plan. Because that's where collaboration comes from, is directly from your strategic plan and from your board's long-term vision for your organization, and where does collaboration fall within that strategic plan. What do you want to do? What do you see your organization being in 3 to 5 years? And what partners do you need to have to help you get there? Because, sorry to break it to you, you all cannot do it alone. And so it's going to take partners, it's going to take collaboration to do that. And Quail Valleys has stepped up to the plate, recognizing that was a lot of forethought and vision, and has said they want to help fund those opportunities. Let me clarify, in the investment areas, Indian River County residents in the areas of children and/or education. I want to make sure children need to be a part of the collaboration, a part of the program, service, whatever you all are looking to do. They don't need to be the sole population. Okay, so if it is families and the families have children in it, Quail Valley would be interested in looking at that grant application. So I don't want you to narrow it so far down that you're just looking at programs for children. And then obviously education, that's a key priority for Quail Valley. Next paragraph, grants from the fund are restricted to covering the one-time cost of exploring, evaluating, and/or implementing a collaboration. Sometimes that's the hardest part, is finding the resources, the financial resources, to even evaluate whether a collaboration is necessary, could be helpful, would be valid, mutually beneficial. And so Quail Valley has said they are interested in supporting organizations who want to evaluate collaborative opportunities, explore those opportunities. Does that mean bringing in a consultant and working with the organizations around the table to see if there's a culture of collaboration available? Yes, that's something that they would be interested in. Is there something that the organizations need in order to implement the collaboration? That's a valid opportunity in this RFP as well. It talks about integration of technology. So let's say 3, 4 organizations are coming together, and to make their program more effective and efficient, they have determined that they need a database, a mutual database for screening or tracking clients, because they have clients that are accessing all 4 organizations and they need this database. That is the integration of technology, bringing those 4 organizations together to use that database. That's an opportunity for collaboration, and that's something that could be taken a look at in this RFP. Definition of collaboration, I make sure that you understand that definition of collaboration. Community Foundation and other partners are looking to bring in workshops this coming year, 2014, we're in it, on collaboration to further what we started in February of last year. And so I think that would be helpful for everyone to understand the definition of collaboration. Again, requires board involvement as a high-level strategic activity. This has to be part of the board's plan. It cannot be staff-driven, okay? And I will say one more time, because I get this question all the time, Carrie, it sounds like all you're looking for are mergers, and you want organizations to come together and get rid of some nonprofits. That, let me say on tape, that is not what we're looking to do. What we're looking to do, mergers is an opportunity in this RFP. That is the long-term collaborative opportunity. That may not be right. There are a lot of other collaborative opportunities from here to mergers. So please do not jump to that conclusion. See on the second page, what do I have? The one piece I circled in project characteristics, a promise for sustained impact. That is key for true collaboration, that there is some change, some systemic change that's going to happen because your organization comes together with others. So that we need to see that there's a sustained impact for the long term because of this collaboration. The other pieces are the same that I just reviewed in the other RFP. The additional requirements, the same. the grant cycle on page 3. If you'll note, all nonprofits considering the opportunity to submit a grant application for consideration are encouraged to meet with me. Again, let me help you craft a collaborative opportunity. I'm not going to drive it. I'm not going to meddle in your affairs, but if there's something that I can do to facilitate that, that is a role for me. Grant applications will be accepted and reviewed on an ongoing basis in 2014. So again, there's no hard and fast deadline. This is something that is going to organically happen, and the Community Foundation wants to be flexible and nimble enough to meet you where you are in this process. Okay? Questions? Jenny?
When are grants awarded? I mean, if we came in with a request in December of 2014.
We would probably need those 2 months to do the grant review process, and that's probably what the time frame would be.
By November.
Yeah, same. I would give us at least 2 months when you submit the application to then go through the review process. Yes.
What generally, Carrie, are the size of the grants considered?
This one is open-ended. Currently, there is $48,000 in the fund. Quail Valley has made a commitment, Kevin made a commitment this morning to me of another $20,000 to go into the fund. And we are looking for other partners to invest in this fund as well. So there's no range, $5,000 to $50,000. Again, trying to be flexible. I told Kevin I wouldn't put him on the spot this morning since he's sitting back there on the bar. Probably not fair for me to say if you have anything that you'd like to add, Kevin, but we're glad to have you here today.
No, I think Carrie summed it up
Okay.
quite well.
Great.
And we're happy to be part of it with the Community Foundation, and hopefully it'll be a long-term fund going forward in the years to come.
And good luck next week on all the charity cup activities. Yep, that's awesome. Any other questions? If not, yes, Jenny, that's all right. That's all right. Go ahead.
Will you let us know when the 68,000 has been allocated?
Oh, yes, okay, okay, yep. And Quail Valley has made the commitment that they will continue to replenish the fund, if you will, from the Charity Cup proceeds. So our goal is to always have this fund available for grant making. Just don't know what the dollar amount would be. Yep. Excellent.
Thank you all for being here. I mean, this is a truly overwhelming response, and I think it speaks to the strength of our nonprofit sector in Indian River County. So congratulations on all the great work that you're doing, and I have to say it's an honor. I've been working in the nonprofit sector for over 20 years in Indian River County, and I've had the pleasure of working with most of you, and for the last 5 years, I've been leading the Indian River Community Foundation Grants Committee as the Grants Committee Chair. And I, along with about 7, sometimes 8 other individuals, a mixture of Indian River Community Foundation board members and community leaders, get together each year and help the Community Foundation evaluate proposals and make recommendations to the Community Foundation Board of Directors. And ultimately, the Community Foundation Board of Directors makes the final decisions. We just do the legwork for them and communicate our opinions on the evaluations. So I'll get into that a little bit more later. As Carrie said earlier, if you have questions along the way about what I'm about to talk about, please stop me, and we'll do our best to answer them, and I'll ask Carrie to jump in if there's something that I can't respond to. But I am going to go through the actual grant application that everyone should have a copy of. And we've done it a little bit differently this year. We've heard some feedback from the nonprofits. We've used the Common Grant application over the years, and we used feedback from you and then also from our grants committee in trying to evaluate the Common Grant application. And we think that this format is a little bit closer to aligning with the needs we have for awarding our grants. So we're testing it, and we hope that along the way you'll give us feedback so that we can improve this process. We want this to be a meaningful opportunity for you to describe your programs and projects and maybe learn something about what you're doing along the way, and then educate the Community Foundation as well. So if we start on the very first page, I want to say this isn't rocket science. Everything you need to submit a complete application is right here in this packet. All you have to do is read it and follow it. We tried to make it as clear as possible. There aren't fillable PDFs this year except for one cover page. Otherwise, you get to really, use your own font and use your own word processing program. You don't have to submit it electronically. We just want the printed copies. So everything you need, you can find in this. If you have questions while you're trying to complete the application, contact Carrie. She is more than willing to answer questions along the way. And if she's not around, I'm always around as well. But there are 5 parts. And when we get a complete application on the deadline or whenever you submit it in, we want to see in this order the grant application cover sheet, and that is the only fillable PDF in there. And when you download this application off of the Community Foundation website, you will find that fillable PDF on page 7 of the download. Very simple to fill it out, print it. You're not going to be able to save it. You don't need to, that's just for our information, but that'll be the first page of your application. Then we're asking for an executive summary, an abstract. 1 page, just give us the basics, and I'll go into it a little bit more later. A narrative, and we're going to give you the exact subheads that we want to see underneath that narrative. You have 5 pages to complete the information. You get to decide how much attention you spend on each of those sections. That's completely up to you. I'll give you some ideas, my opinions, a little bit closer on. The program and project budget and the agency budget. So there are going to be 3 pieces to this. This is also available in an Excel spreadsheet that you can download from the Community Foundation website. And there's your program project budget. It's on one of the pages in the Excel